So you're a 43-year-old guy, you're married, you have kids, you have a good job, but then one day you wake up and you say, you know what, I think I want to make a movie. Well, maybe it didn't quite happen that simply, but the storyline is for real. The movie is called Remnants and was written by Paul Hilburger, a man who is proof that it is never too late to go after your dreams. Also with us pursuing her dream is Vanell. She's one of the actors in the film, and both are with us this morning on The Balancing Act. Hello, good morning to the both of you.
Good morning. Hi, thanks for having us.
You know, we were talking a little bit off camera about the Blair Witch Project. You know, these young kids go out and have a few $1,000s and say, oh, I want to make a movie and it's okay. But is it one thing for a college kid to go out and make an independent movie with his friends, and another thing for a 43-year-old married man to say, you know what, honey, I think I want to make a film? How did this happen for a guy in your position?
Well, originally I did go to film school in college many years ago. And like most people, I didn't end up working in the field I went to college for. I designed websites and software and stuff. But a couple years ago, a friend and I were walking out of a really bad movie we had just paid $10 to see. And I said, I could write a better movie than that. And he said, you really should. So I sat down over the course of 2 years, finding some time in the evenings when I could get a break from the kids and the wife and the honey-do list, and sat down and wrote the film. And then I started sending it to some editors, getting some good feedback. And then when I got to a state that I thought it was good enough to be made into a movie, I started soliciting actors and directors and stuff via the internet.
So I have to ask you this, Paul. I mean, what was the response of your wife when you did walk in that day and say, guess what? I'm going to make a film?
Two responses. Yeah. First thing was, honey, if it makes you happy, do it. The other response was, don't you dare mortgage the house and waste our money on this.
I know she was not having that one at all. All right, talk to me a little bit about Remnants is about. Who stars in it?
Oh, it stars Robert Proglo, and Vanell is our two leads. And Robert Proglo was just in The Lost Valentine with Betty White and Jennifer Love Hewitt, and he also has another film coming out now called Blood Ties. They're the two main characters. They play Art and Gwen, and basically it's their story. It is about something that happens that knocks all of our power off indefinitely. So imagine you wake up one morning, nothing turns on, no computer works, the world looks the same, and there's no big changes to the world, but just nothing can turn on. So it's about what happens in a typical American suburb, how these people relate to it, how they change how they live. And actually it starts off that they do pretty good. They're a smart group of people, and they figure out how to get by and grow their own food and take care of each other. But the rest of the world isn't doing so well. And at the end of the movie, the outside world kind of comes crashing into their world. So at its heart, it's about what you would do to protect your kids in a totally upside-down world.
Absolutely. And Vanell, you were the lead actor in the film. Tell me a little bit about your character and your role.
My role was Gwen, and yes, definitely, my children were, and my husband were a lot of the motivation. In this film, I really related to Gwen well because she is the protector of her cubs, and I mean, my family's my life. So it was very easy to tap into that. Kind of scary sometimes when, you know, certain things happen to go to that what if place, you know, with your own family. But she was an amazing character to play, and she actually taught me a lot about myself as well. So
wonderful. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that what if, and it's one of those things that as mothers we never want to think about.
Right.
The what if. So I do want to ask you about the new digital technology. Is that what made this film possible and easier for you to do than going to some big Hollywood studio and saying, hey, look?
Yeah, exactly. For years and years, I've seen other like independent films on the internet or YouTube, and they were good, but they look like video. So the advent of these new cameras came out about 2 or 3 years ago from Canon and Nikon and some people. You could get for about $3,000, but the footage looked awesome. It looked like 35 millimeter film. There was no difference between what you would see these cameras doing in a Hollywood film. So that made me think, yeah, we could really do this. And that, coupled with the fact that home computers now are fast enough you could edit full HD, full-length movies on a desktop computer, made me think, well, let's go ahead and give it a try.
So would you say that part of the message is, all right, if you want to go out there and make your own movie, make your own movie? Because it is about living your dream and never feeling like it's too late to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I have a great wife. I have beautiful children and a good job, like you said, but it felt like something was missing. So the ability to go back and do this thing that I've been dreaming about for 20 years has just been great. And in large part, it was because of the technology we have today. Kind of like the web makes anyone able to have their own store. Well, the technology now makes anyone be able to create a really good movie.
And so, Vanell, then what would be your message to moms out there who feel like it may be too late to pursue their dreams?
Oh, well, first thing I say, it's never too late to follow any dream. But I've been blessed in that I have a very, very supportive family. My husband, my children, my in-laws, I mean, everybody's so supportive. So when I do have to be taken away from the home to work, there's always somebody there to step in. And my kids are just great. They're independent. They're a little older now, so they can kind of fend for themselves a little bit more. But you have to pursue your dreams. You have to, and you have to have that support system behind you, definitely.
So can I just say that if you're looking for a news anchor in your next film, I am available.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Paul, for coming by and sharing this with us. And best of luck with Remnants. And great to meet you, Vanell.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And visit the website remnants-movie.com to learn more about the film and the crew, because they'll be happy to answer any questions you have about the movie or about filmmaking in general.